Wedding season is just around the corner, and the industry is keeping forward momentum after a year of makeup weddings following the pandemic.
Here comes the bride, or rather Channel 3's Melissa Cooney, with how venues and retailers are preparing for another busy year.
Well, Dom and Alexandra, certainly not a bride here, but Vermont is quickly becoming one of the top wedding destinations in the country. Every year it brings in millions of dollars, and this year they're expecting something similar. The Mansfield barn is empty now, but come this summer and fall, it'll be transformed for celebrating couples.
We're welcoming this year a little bit calmer, but you know, it was an awesome year.
Owner Grant Allendorf says they only hosted 3 out of the scheduled 28 weddings in 2020. By 2022, they hosted many of those postponed ceremonies, with 45 couples saying, "I do." They're now back to normal, with the pre-pandemic schedule booking through 2024. They also run a DJ company, which did over 300 weddings in 2022.
They're booking far in advance. Now, you know, they're booking a year, year and a half, 2 years in advance, where last year there was definitely a shortage of vendors.
When it comes to the celebration itself, COVID forced couples to think about what's really important to them, something that's sticking around now.
So for some couples, that is doubling down on this being a community affair, and they want to celebrate with 150 of their closest friends and family. For a lot of other couples, the pandemic kind of brought to light that they didn't have to have a big wedding if they didn't want to, or if that wasn't true to them.
Trisha Cuniff runs VermontWeddings.com, a website connecting couples to vendors in the state. She says big events are still popular, but she says she's anecdotally seen an increase in elopements and micro weddings.
And I think you're seeing a lot of couples choose to have a smaller celebration, but not necessarily a smaller budget.
And of course, what's a wedding without the dress? Needleman's in South Burlington operates differently now, taking a pandemic adaptation and making it permanent.
Everything is an appointment based. There's no more 4 brides at a time. It's a one-on-one appointment, and they are made probably 3 weeks ahead of time.
Co-owner Mark Needleman says they prefer this model because brides get more focused attention, and it hasn't changed their sales. They too experienced a banner year in 2022, with business up 30%. And the pandemic hasn't just changed the industry. Needleman says he's noticed a change in dress style too, as more outdoor weddings dictated the style of the dress in recent years.
Not as many as the chapel train, the long chapel, Princess Di. Yeah. Train, heavy satin. That's all really taken a big change. We saw a little bit pre-COVID, but really after COVID, with the different restrictions, it's really taken off, and it's sort of stayed there.
And wedding season isn't the only thing coming up keeping vendors busy. Many say they're preparing for booking and appointments for prom season as well. Live in the studio, Melissa Cooney, Channel 3 This Morning.